Hi guys, welcome to Pretty Little Claws. My name is Lisa Graves and today I'm going to show you this grey matte design with hand painted Rudolph. Okay, so I have laid down 2 coats of Concrete Kiss and they have both had a full cure. On Pinky, I'm going to use the UV LED top coat. Just pop a thin layer down. And then I've got some see-through iridescent stars. And I'm just going to pop a couple of these on the nail. And that can go in for a full cure. And then I'm going to top coat over these stars. Nice thin layer because we're going to have to top coat these again because the stars will poke through that first layer so they can go back into the lamp. So you can see just where those little stars are poking through. So just a second top coat and that should sort that out. Pop that one. Okay, so on this nail I'm going to be adding some flakes. So I need my top coat, no white top coat for your flakes, just a thin layer. And that can go in for a cure. Okay, so on that top coat now, just using this little sponge, I can place quite a few down at the bottom of this nail and then just slowly bring that up. I don't want to cover the nail completely, but I want quite a lot at the bottom, just coming up gently. And once you're happy, you can top coat over that. And that can go in for a full cure. Okay, so on the middle nail, just using a makeup sponge, just an ordinary makeup sponge. I'm going to pop some Snow White just on the corner here. And I'm going to start dabbing this just on opposite corners. So it's very subtle with your first layer. You won't see it a great deal. But give that full cure and what we'll do is we'll build the colour up on this. So we're going for quite a frosty, icy look. So it doesn't have to be perfect, which is good. Kind of nail art I like. So back over same area, we're now adding our second layer, so it will make it a little bit more noticeable. If you do get anything on the skin, make sure you wipe it off before it goes into the lamp. Okay, pop that in. So because it is a thin layer, you can keep building it up until you're happy with how it looks. I normally do anywhere between 2 and 4 layers, depending on what colours I'm using. And when you're happy, that can go into the lamp. So using the 002 detailer brush and using Snow White, on here I'm just going to do some little stars, so just coming out in all directions just like that, and do a couple of these slightly bigger ones, always dragging out from the centre, and then using a dotting tool to do some dots like that until you're happy, and that can go in for a full cure. Okay, so this now can now be top coated, and I'm going to top coat the thumb as well. And they can go in for a full cure. Okay, so all over this thumbnail I'm going to add these flakes. And just away any excess. And then using Snow White again and 002. And with the dotting tool again, just adding some little snowdrops. And when you're happy, that can go in for a full cure. Okay, so this nail can now be top coated. And before that goes into the lamp, I'm going to move on to this nail and just paint the bottom section of this with Snow White. So don't worry about getting a nice straight line, that's not important. Pop that in for a full cure. Okay, second layer of Snow White, just to build that colour up. And that can go back in for a cure. Okay, so for painting Rudolph, I'm going to be using Bear Hug, which is a nice light brown, and I'm going to be using Firewood, and I'll be adding some detailing in Snow White and in Serious Black. And of course we're doing Rudolph, so he needs a red nose, so I'll just be using just a small amount of burlesque. So usually when I'm painting characters, I just kind of freestyle it, but you're more than welcome to use a pencil or an outline just to start getting your shaping, just to give you a little bit of an outline. But the joys of using gel polish for this is if there's any stage that you're not particularly happy with, you can just wipe it off and go back to where you were. So I like to cure in separate stages. So I'm just going to do the bottom half of his face first. It's going to be a cartoon Rudolph, and I need to leave plenty of room up here for his antlers to come up. So on top of that, I'm going to draw the same shape that I've just drawn, but a little bit smaller. And then coming out either side of these, I'm going to draw the tops of his ears. So a bit of a blob, and then coming back in like that either side. Just like that. Looks a bit weird for now, but pop that in the lamp and give that a full cure. So either side of Rudolph as well, I'm going to do some little oval shapes, one either side, just coming to just below our white. Like that, and that can go in for a full cure. Okay, so getting a dollop of firewood. I'm going to start all the way up here, curve this around and bring it in just on the inside of his ear. And then on the other side, again, curve it round and bring it in just about there. So these two don't have to be even. I'm going to come a little bit lower and join that in there. Another one there, and then on the outside, just one there. Doesn't have to be exactly the same on both sides, they can be different. And when you're happy, that can go in for a cure. So using the same colour again, firewood, just on the inside of his ears, just like that. So we're now rounding those ears off and then following it down. And then we need to paint his hooves on, just a little blob on the bottom, like so. And then that can go in for a cure. Okay, so I'm just going to get some of the firewood and a little bit of this Serious Black and just mix on my palette just to make a deeper shade of firewood. And using this shade that we've created, I'm going to start outlining Rudolph. So outlining his leg, same again on his other leg. Okay, you can flash cure each little bit just for 10 seconds, just so each little stage sets. So outlining around his ears. And I'm not necessarily going to outline his antlers, but I'm going to add just a few little bits of this new colour that we mixed up. Okay, you can go in. Okay, so I'm going to grab a dollop of burlesque and just plop that in the middle. I'm going to make his nose quite big. And when you're happy, that can go in for a cure. Okay, and using Snow White, I'm going to do two little eyes. So try and get the eyes as even as possible, which can be tricky. It can take a little bit of time to get them just right. And when you think you're happy, they can go in for a cure. Okay, so now using Serious Black, just in the centre of his eyes, nice and carefully. Try and get two even splodges. And when you're happy, that can go in for a cure. Okay, and then using a dotting tool, just in the background, because wherever Rudolph is, it's going to be snowing. Okay, that can go in for a cure. Right, so we're not finished with him just yet, but I do need to top coat him. Okay, pop him in. Okay, so all of these nails have been top coated, so I'm now going to buff them up to get a nice matte finish. Okay, so I'm going to wipe over these nails with the gel residue wipe off solution. Okay, so to finish Rudolph off, I'm going to come back in with firewood. Just pop a dollop of that on the back of my thumb. Using the 002 brush again. Just going to very gently trace over his antlers. Doesn't matter if you go over ever so slightly, and equally it doesn't matter if you don't quite cover it. So you've got the colour underneath and the insides of his ears and his little hooves as well. Okay, so while they are wet, I'm going to use clear acrylic powder and sprinkle that on there. Tap that off, and that can go in for a cure. And then you can dust off your excess powder. Oh, look at him. And then I'm going to use just a little bit of Dorothy's Slippers just to make his nose sparkly. I'm going to pop this on with a dotting tool. Okay, that can go in for a cure. And then I'm just going to use the glossy top coat just on his nose, just to seal that in. Careful to only keep it on his nose, nowhere else, and this will make the nose quite raised as well, quite 3D, and it'll make it really stand out against the rest of the matte nail. When you're happy, I can go for a flicker. And there we go. So I'm going to finish these off with the coconut cuticle oil. So here are the finished nails. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and all the links to the products used will be in the description box below. Thanks!